Assalamualaikum friends, welcome back to my channel Plant Science Tools. In this video we will discuss about the histogram, that how can we create histogram in RStudio. So first of all, you can see here that I have a data of these some values. These may be around about 50 plus values, maybe 40 to 50. So we want to create a histogram graph of these values. So first of all, we will need a function of histogram, that is basically hist. In this RStudio, the main function that is used to create a histogram is the hist function. Then the first, now we need to write down our variable which is named as d. You can see here that I have given the name of d. So after giving the x variable, which is our d, now we will specify about the breaks. I will tell you about the breaks, that how they will work. So first of all, we will need to create another function. We need to use another function, that is breaks, and we can use in this way that to use first of all sequence, and now we will specify the sequence, that is basically I will specify here from 0 to 100, and then again I will specify that to by is equal to 5. So first of all, I need to explain here that how the breaks function works here. So now you can see here that these values may vary from mostly these values. They normally it contains the largest value that you can see here, that is 91. So first of all, that I have explained here that the 0 to 100. So this basically sequence arrange the data in 0 to 100 in ascending or descending order. So if there is a value that is largest from the 100, the greater from the 100, it will exclude by this function, that is basically breaks. So if I will add here the another value, that is basically 130. So when we plot our hist function, then we plot our histogram, then you can see here that the this 130 video number, this number will exclude automatically just due to this function that I have specified here to 0 to 100 sequence. So now this basically the by is equal to 5. This is basically used to divide these all values into 5 class. For example, the first class is of these 5 values, that is basically 11, 16, 43, 63 and 18. And the second class is start from another 5 is created by another 5 values, and the third class is created by another 5 values. On the basis of these classes, the histogram basically created. So this is basically the main function of the breaks, that how can we use it and what's the function of this breaks function. So after running this code, we can see here the output, that how the histogram is created here. So now you can see here that this is the basically range that I have specified in the breaks function, that is basically 0 to 100, and this is basically the y limit, and this is basically all the data that is created by the histogram when we have divided this data into basically the 5 class intervals. Now you can also specify here the different class intervals, like I have specified here that this is basically the 10. So after running this code, you can see here that the output is basically different. So in this way you can according to your requirement, you can specify, you can do this, that how can we create a histogram by using these functions. So the next important thing, you can also specify your that the main heading of yours this graph that I have already discussed in the previous many videos, that I will specify here that the histogram. So histogram, and now you can also specify in this code the y-axis and the x-axis by using the x-lab function and y-lab function. But here this is basically setting by the default, that is here is d and here is frequency, and the heading, main heading is basically the histogram of d. So the next important thing after this is giving the color. So I want to specify here, color. For color we need to use another function, that is color. So we will specify here that the black, sorry. So after this also we can specify here the border of the color. So by for giving the border to these bars, we need to use a border function, and also specify here that the color, that is basically I'll also give here the black color. So after this we can also give the density. So first of all we will run this code to execute or to see that how the basically histogram looks. So this is basically the histogram that is looks like this. So now we need to give another, basically we can add the density to make it more attractive. So I will specify here that the density is basically 15, or you can also specify here something like you want and according to your requirement. And now after running this code, you can see here the output. So basically now you can see here that the how the histogram looks like, and it's a very beautiful. So in this way you can also create your histogram. So this is basically all about the random data, that the smallest values that I have given in this code. If you have a CSV or XML file in this and containing a large number of data, large number of observation, that how can we create your histogram? So first of all we will need to so for basically data from Excel and in CSV file, CSV format. So if you have a data in CSV format that is containing basically a large number of values or a large number of data, so now first of all we will need to import the data, that is basically the data one. This is the that I have created a data set or data frame. So basically this is my data that is basically containing of the 30 observations, and it have basically ages, weights, and different things. First of all, this you can see here that these are the 30 observations, and this is the basically the data of ages of some people. So if you want to create your histogram in this, so we need basically I have already discussed that the hist function. Then we will specify here our the x variable. So here our x variable is basically data 1, and in this data 1 we want to create the histogram of ages, height, or weight, or maybe the serial numbers. It depends upon your requirements, or you depend upon your data. So now we also need to provide the breaks. So basically this is basically the breaks. Now I think I don't have need to give the sequence, that is basically 0 to 100. It is basically maybe specified by the default. So first of I need to just use by, that is to classify the data into class intervals. So I will specify here like 7. So after running this code, this is the basically output that you can see here. You can also customize it by giving this breaks function by using the breaks function, or according to your requirement. So now you can see here that how the histogram of data 1 edges looks like. If we have specified here that the breaks is basically 10, means all the 30 values are divided into these classes in class intervals. So after this, this is the basically a simple way that how can we create a histogram. We can also add in this the color, main functions, border and density, depending upon your requirements. For example, if we want to add the density, that is basically I will specify here that the 20, and also to give the border color, that is basically black, and after that the main color of these bars, we can also specify it black, because it looks very attractive. So after running this code, you can see here the output, that how the histogram looks like. You can also specify these things like the X lab and Y lab, X axis and Y axis headings, that is by using the X, basically the X lab function and the Y lab function, and you can also customize the heading of your chart depending upon your requirements. So this is basically all about the histogram that I have discussed here. If this video is helpful for all of you, and please subscribe my channel for upcoming videos, and press the bell icon button. Allah Hafiz.